Hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video we're doing a bit of paddock maintenance. Keep the grass growing ahead of the cattle. So we're in a 6290, we have the Covernaland topper on. I actually was mowing silage right there this morning. I had it on from mowing rushes the last day, gave it a bit of a clean off. We went mowing silage, mowed 100%, and now we're going topping the two paddocks behind calves, and then we're going out with slurry. But just to give you a wee glimpse, Sunday's video, she is basically done at that now. We're going to try and get out of here, we're on intent, and we're going to tip down to the shrubbery and top two paddocks behind the calves, and then we're going to go get a tanker you would not have seen before and go see how that works out, and cover three paddocks with some slurry. We're at the gap now, the wee bit on and get a bit of topping done. And we're out here now. So yes, we have a bit of a dock issue. Open, there's a tank of 4-front T to go out, which will be a dock spray and thistle and just general dirt spray for grassland. Hoping we get that out in the next few days, as I'll get this done, and I want to do 2 silage fields as well. So we are topping this paddock, and the next paddock in the calves are on the last paddock. So that has got its slurry and fertilizer. These two haven't, so we're going to get these done. Now, the only issue I'm going to have here, and should be able to spot one because they're quite obvious. Maybe I won't be able to spot one, but there's big stones out here. There is big boulders out here. I can't actually see any. This hollowness here is usually, and across that brow there is quite bad. The reason for there being stones here, we used to mow this field in silage, no issue for a couple of years. It was reclaimed in the late, I'm pretty sure it was the late 90s or early 90s, because this used to be, it's called a shrubbery because it was just full of shrubs and stones, and they cleaned it, they cleared all the shrubs off it, they picked all the big boulders off it, lined them up along that hedge back there, and then they brought clay in and filled up all the stones they couldn't lift, and we were able to mow it. But what happens with ground over time, with the drying and wetting the land, them stones start to come up through the ground, and they poke their ugly heads up again, and they're up to the point now where the last time we mowed this for silage, with this mower we knocked off a disc after hitting the stone. So what I'm going to be doing with this now is just keeping her nicely up off the ground, not going to be skinning it, just to knock the tops off the docks, knock the trunnions down, and to get a nice fresh growth like what's behind me. So we'll rev up the mower to about 700 on the shaft. That noise there is the big flush start wobbling. And just try and set a height I'm happy with. Also have to remember that she's kind of lying a bit that way, so I do not want to catch the stone on the outer disc, so we drive. So just cut the trunnions and cut down the docks, and there's a lot of nettles down there too. But it's not too bad, it's not too bad. If we get this done, then we're going to come out and put slurry on it, which then that'll feed the grass, make it more nice and green. We should keep the grass coming for this batch of calves. This batch of calves here, they rotate on this field and the well field which is beside us. So they're currently rotating on about 12 acres, maybe less, about 10 acres. They're currently rotating on about 10 acres. And as I just go back the window a wee bit. Guys, have the window open just so it's easier to hear if you hit the stone or anything. But as the year goes on, and at the minute we have 3 batches of calves, or 4 if you include what's on the lawn, 4 batches of calves on the home farm. As the year goes on, as the grass demand increases, then we'll move one of the batches away to silage ground, where they'll be able to graze away there then for the summer, giving the batch of calves that are here more room and more of a grazing platform. Bit of a rush just in the corner of this field. Now I can't go right in this hit lump of bog oak there behind me. Apart from that, it's actually plus the field there, it will be one of the last ones. This will be the last field in the reseeding program to get done. But that field behind me will get all new shores, and it needs clay then as well to cover up stones. And the plan for what I'm topping here, because I want to get every acre of ground that's on the farm back to being, you could skin it with the mower and be able to make silage off everything. The plan with this, with all the building and that we're doing with the farm shop, with the new car park, or the new yard as we call it, we have a nice bed of clay over. And when we get to reseeding the ground that's this side of the river where there's stones exposed, I have two options. I'll either get a rock breaker and take the tops off them, or I'll pile that stone across them and level it into them to get the stone out of the way. So they're kind of the two options I have, and I think I'll be going for the latter to use up the clay. About half an hour I should have both these two bits top. I suppose there's about an acre and a half between the two paddocks here. So just top it off and get these cleaned up and ready to get some nice regrowth on them. Just for those of you that don't know what I mean by tronnines, so if you look at the grass there, you'll see kind of a wiriness to some of it. And that wiriness, that is the stem of the plant, which isn't the most palatable part for the calves, so that's why they tend to leave it behind them. There's the stones I'm on about. It's not the nice bit of the grass, so the calves tend to leave it behind them. So hence, yeah, they eat the leaf, they don't eat the stem. And what happens then is the plant keeps feeding the stem because it's trying to produce its seed, and that's what its life's mission is, to produce that seed on that stem. So it puts all its energy into that instead of growing a new flush of nice leafy grass. So by cutting that tronnine, which if anyone knows, is tronnine just an Irish expression for the stem of the plant? But once we cut that tronnine off, then the plant hits a reset button, and then it starts to grow again. It puts out its leaf to get energy, to pull up the stem, to put out seed. So that's what we're doing by topping off the tronnine, to get that plant restarted. So it's not too bad this end, but the other end there's a bit more tronnine to do on. So if the calves were still on this paddock after cutting it, there's a high likelihood that they would eat a lot of the tronnines that had cut. For whatever reason, that would be generally the case. What you top, they will normally eat. So we'll just run around it now and we'll get her wrapped up. We're just in the next paddock now. That one out there done, looks good. So the calves were moved yesterday. Yeah, yesterday they've moved them. And you can see what the goats do. You can see the way the goats have eaten all the hawthorn at the bottom that they can reach. So there's the calves there now. They're looking well. Touch wood now, touch wood. Everything is going quite well for us this year. So if you want, we'll make a calf video sooner rather than later. Just go through everything, see how everything is going. We were going to leave it till we dose. We've already given them the first worm dose of the year, but they'll begin another worm dose the end of August. But if you want to see an update on how the calves from this year's calves are looking, I don't know, leave a comment down below, show us the calves and we'll show you the calves. This paddock is a bit smaller. We break the wires based on how much grass there is for the cattle. That's why we run fields with temporary wire, because we can take it down, leaves it easier for mowing, or sorry, no, yeah, I probably should have lifted that one. It would have made my life a bit easier, but live it I'd be giving out, should be putting it back up. But so we break the wires based on, or break the field based on how much grass is on each pad. That's why the first paddock is so large, because when they come out here first, there wasn't a lot of grass out here, so we had to give them a larger, probably that upper bit would have been normally divided into two. But then when we got down this far, the amount of grass that was ahead of them was much stronger. There was much more of it, so we give them smaller areas, as they'll eat a smaller area with a larger cover of grass better than a heavy cover over a larger area, if that makes any sense. But no, they're happy out there. That batch is called the Herefords. because I think most of our Herefords are in that batch. Anyways, we finished topping this. It ain't going to take too long, so it ain't over big. And that is it done. Another handy thing we do as well, we always leave a part of the wire on a low spot, and then that way we can just drive across it then when it comes to coming in and out with machinery or the gator. So bloody handy. Means we can get in and out without having to get down, lift wires, open wires and all that fun stuff. So it works quite well. Once you have enough power, if you have poor power in your fence, then you're pissing in the wind because they will just walk over it. But if you have good power and they have respect for it, you're laughing. And we have good power out here. So anyways, we'll be on, we'll go drop this and we go pick up a new tanker. New to us, not new, but new to us. And we haven't bought it yet. That's part of the question in this video. Should we or shouldn't we? Oh. Anyways, we'll go take this off, we'll go pick up that tanker and then we'll just give it a quick run around and we'll see how we go on. So just in the yard now, and we've peacocks. We now have 8 peacocks as we got more. So we have Fitz, Percy, that's one of the hens, that's another peacock there. Yeah, so it's quite literally wherever you are in the yard, you can't look somewhere but you'll see a peacock. So yeah, it's quite funny. Anyways, that's all part of the farm shop. There's a delivery there for the cousin there for the farm shop too, so just sorted that out. We'll take this mower off here and we'll go for this tanker. And here we have it, but here we have the tanker. Now, we have this tanker on loan to see will it do the job we want to do. So what we have here is we have a Belvac 1350, so 1350 gallon PTO, non-wide angle, standard bog, standard tanker. It is on 550, 60, 22.5, one fill point. I see I have to find a splash plate. I think we have one that came off the older tanker when we put the splash it on it. Single fill point, trailer brakes. It's just a straightforward standard 1350 tanker. That's what it looks like. We're going to go spread 2 load of slurry wet it. Biggest adjustment for me now. It's been 4 years or 5 years since we used the PTO shaft last on a tanker, so I have to get back used to using one of them. Anyways, oh, that's splash plate on. We'll go get some slurry. First load filled with the tanker. I think just a soft wheel on it. The wheel last side might be a bit soft. Yeah, alright, just have to pump up. I'm going to get this done. Side 2 load. And where I'm going, I could put on 2,500 gallon tanker on this and one load, do it all, grand, done, finished, happy out. But the reason I'm using this now, and the reason we're thinking of buying this tanker, the reason I'm using it now is because I want to make sure it's all working before we bring it off to where we want to use it on one of our customers that has soft ground. Now we would, of a normal year, we'd have to 2,500 gallon, you'd fill it, you spread half where it's dry and you put the other half on the soft ground, so you're only going with that 1,200, 1,350 gallons to the soft ground anyways. But what we're thinking is to buy a tanker like this 1,350, 1,600 gallon tanker to go with the big tanker, do the ground, it can easily do without any issues, and then the smaller tanker, the 62, to the soft ground where everything is just lighter. That is our theory. So it is. That is our theory behind getting this. And I just wanted to get it now, test it on our own ground, make sure it's fine before we bring it away in case there's any issues. It hasn't been used in a few years. So we have the loan of it to do the job, to see what we think of it, and to see is it going to do our job. If it does our job and we're happy with it, I think we'll probably end up buying it. The only thing that's against it at the minute is kind of like a 1,600 gallon over 1,350, just that little bit more. You could really use it as a third tank of a normal day, even though there's 200 gallons in it really, so it's half a dozen. And the other thing is the size of the tires. just hard to know like where we're going. It's hard ground, it's not going to matter. If you go a soft ground, would you be better off with maybe a bigger radius tyre and the likes of a 1600 gallon with recessed wheels? Then you're getting into bigger money. So they are kind of the flip sides of things. And whatever tanker we do buy, kind of want to make sure it's good enough to be able to go dribble bar on at some stage, because it's kind of required now, or it will be at some stage anyways. So yeah, that's where we stand. So that's why we're using this. And what do you think? Do you think it justified buying this tank? Ground clearance isn't as good as everything else. Oh, no, did that get caught in? I don't know. It's a good thing I copped that. I get her bollocking from live for pulling down her fencing. But yeah, I think it justifies buying a tanker like this, because we have a couple of jobs. It's not just the one job we'll be testing this out on, but we've 3 or 4 jobs where there's ground where you have to go at half loads, because the 2,500 gallons is just too much to carry on the land. That's why when we bought the last tanker we got the 900s on it to just up our ground pressures, try and leave it easier on ground. Biggest thing I have to remember now is I don't have a wide angle shaft and I have to be straight when I'm spreading. Yeah, big getting used to it again with slurry tank. Right, pick you on. Throttle up. See what happens. Whoa! I'm definitely getting good weight anyways. Off BTO, around the corner. There is definitely slurry going on. The fence. Need some good black stuff anyways. We'll put this out light. I just didn't realise we were on that rich bit of slurry now. I thought it was a bit more watery. Do my job right. Getting a great spread on it. I do have the thing pointed up quite well. But there's definitely nothing wrong with the pump anyways. Because that's put up good pressure to spread that, and it is very windy, and the wind ain't catching it at all. So I'd be quite happy with that. Come on, PTO. Off again, turn the corner. We will definitely miss the hydraulics. Just leave them on, or a wide angle. Now, should be a wide angle there off the tanker that was a wide angle that we turned into a hydraulic. Well, hey, must say, that's definitely getting the spread way anyways. Most definitely. Yeah, that's where we stand on the whole thing. And I leave it. What do you think? Yay or nay? Should we buy this tanker or not? So far it's ticking all the boxes I need to. But we'll have to bring it to the job we want to do to see how it fares out on that soft ground. Well, as it stands, it's ticking all the boxes on working real well. So just going out the second load now. Fine. Yeah, that is the crack. So someone's asking, what's the 6270 doing at the minute? You don't see it in videos, and that is because it is on the skinny wheels and it's on the 12mm Hardy sprayer. It's looking after all the beat at the minute. We have 2 customers with beat and our own beat. So we've the guts, we're minding the guts of 20 acres, actually a bit more than 20 acres of beat. So it's just full-time beat. All it knows is beat. So that's why you don't see it, because that's all it's doing is beat. So yeah, we have to test out how this is going to happen now, because I could chance driving into just where them rushes were that we topped, just go back it into the corner to start. It's just not as handy as the hydraulic. So you can't do your team. Right, let's switch that over. Right in. soft ground where it wouldn't be far off what we have to do now. It's fine. So it's fine. I seen one of our drivers getting stuck down here one time with the 2,500 gallon. Absolutely bogged it to his bollocks. Just where we went through there now. So I'd say we should be pretty good. So I think the only thing that kind of catches me out is, remember the PTO, and it's not just as big as what I'd be used to, just like gallon wise. Doing a nice job. Anyways, that's the crack. I'm going to start with the last one. And that's it. There's nothing more for today's video. So, do you want to see calves? Show me your calves in the comments, or also tanker. Do you think the idea, the theory is sound, and should we buy this? We might film the job that we have to do just to kind of show you the kind of ground that we will be doing. But yeah, we'll do that job just to see how effective it is on that really soft ground. So, but yeah, that is the heel of the hunt. So anyways, hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. That's it from me. Good luck.